I mean, obviously we're a software company, so we have our own dev team. Um, but the first thing really is, from our point of view, it's the business discussing what are the problems that we'd like to be solved. And as I said before, we actually went through and listed out, the questions that we'd like to ask the database. And then it was then for us, it was fairly lightweight from the POC point of view because we had essentially a product owner that would turn that into a feature proposal, if you like, of what we would call it internally, and run through that with Debarshi's team at Quantilus, so that we got that signed off, and they essentially would sit on the sort of like a 2 weekly calls, etc. And then I dipped in occasionally to see progress because obviously I'm the one that's ultimately spending the money. And so for us, that was fairly lightweight in terms of getting to the end of the proof of the concept, as it were. The real work obviously starts for us when we say, right, okay, we like that. That's good. That's going to form the basis of an incremental piece of our module or whatever, and then that's where, as I say, the more heavier work comes for us, which is then knowledge transfer, and then deciding how we embed that within Pimberly. But to actually get to the point of actually having a usable standalone AI, so on this case it was a chatbot, then that was fairly low work for us. Just literally somebody to, if you like, specify and project manage.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think obviously the product owner role is very critical here, because and even from a traditional product owner perspective, it's different because it goes more than just collecting and defining requirements. There's also a lot of education involved internally. So it goes two ways. The product owner also has to educate the end users or the company users on what is possible, which is not a challenge that they have with more traditional technologies. Everyone knows what's possible. With AI, there's a lot of I think there's still a lot of uncertainty on what we can and can't do. So it's really critical that a product owner can distill that, communicate what's possible, communicate what's possible in a reasonable budget, and then distill the requirements on what is needed to the development team, so that we can build it out. So I think that person is really critical to any AI implementation.